Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to online English classes. We are studying New Oxford Modern English, Book 6. Today is our lecture number 6. We are reading Nicobobinus. The name of the story is Terry Jones. We will discuss word synonyms and we will do reading of half chapter 1 and half chapter 2. Students, this is our chapter Nicobobinus. We have done its reading in chapter number 7. I am recalling the reading of our previous chapter. We learned that Nicobobinus is an extraordinary child who stuck his tongue out at the Prime Minister. We also learned that he lives in Venice and he could do anything. Rosie is Nicobobinus' best friend. People don't pay attention to what Rosie says because she is always having wild ideas. Rosie suggests that she and Nicobobinus should pull up every weed on his doorstep and discover the land of dragons. The children go on their adventure the next morning when it's just starting to get brighter. They take buns and lemonade with them. They meet the night watchman and a dog on their journey. The night watchman tries to stop them from going on their adventure. Rosie trips over the dog and it barks at them until it notices the buns and starts to eat them. Now we are going to continue our reading from here. But before doing our reading, you note down the word synonyms of today's reading. The word synonyms are gloomily, unhappily, magnificent, super, wonderful, growled, rolled, bark, bolted, locked, hutch, border, dank, moist, pounding, defeat. Now let's continue our reading. We are not going to get far without supplies, said Rosie gloomily. As the dog ate their food, so she said in an unhappy way that how we will go far without supplies. I wonder if I could pick a few of those, said Nicobobinus, gazing up at an apple tree on the side of the garden wall. He looked at an apple tree that was in outside of the garden wall and decides to pick some of those. Of course you can, said Rosie. Stand on my shoulders. She suggested that yes, you can take these apples and suggest him that stand on my shoulders. So Nicobobinus stood on Rosie's shoulders and climbed onto the wall, but the tree was farther away than he thought. And as he reached out, he lost his balance and fell with a crash down into the most magnificent means extremely beautiful, garden he had ever seen in. What happened in trying to pick the apples? He fell into the garden. Nicobobinus looked back up at the high wall, but there was no way he could climb back. Now he was inside the garden and there was no way to go back, to climb back on the high wall. What am I going to do? He yelled, he shouted. What do I do now? You'll think of something, Rosie yelled back, crossing her fingers very hard. Oh, said a voice behind Nicobobinus. Nicobobinus didn't stop to look who it was. He ran straight into a tree. He heard a voice. On hearing the voice, he ran straight into a tree. Now come on the next page, page number 8. Got you, said the voice, and Nicobobinus felt 5 thick fingers on his neck. Oh, said Nicobobinus, I have been waiting for you, said the voice, and Nicobobinus felt Nicobobinus felt 5 more thick fingers round his wrist, but Nicobobinus, instead of trying to run away, doubled himself up and went backward as fast as he could. So the man's legs were knocked from under him, and he landed in a pile of leaves. What has happened here? On hearing the voice of the man, instead of trying to run away, what did Nicobobinus do? He doubled himself up and went backward as fast as he could. So, what happened? The man's legs were knocked from under him and he landed in a pile of leaves. Are you all right? Called Rosie, but she didn't hear any reply except for the man who crawled. Now, Rosie is standing outside of the garden and she is asking, are you all right? But no one answered her, no one replied her. Just you wait, both of you, the man is shouting that. Wait, both of you. Both? Who are the both? Rosie and Nicobobinus. Oh dear, said Rosie, sounds like trouble. And she was right. Now, Rosie is thinking that he is in trouble. And she was right. Now, chapter number 2 has started now. Nicobobinus ran as fast as he could across the lawn, down the path, round a hedge. Hedge is a fence formed by closely growing bushes, and into little shed and bolted the door. So what happened here? Nicobobinus hid himself into a little shed. Open up, cried the man, and the hinges creaked and the door shook, and he banged it with his fist. The man is crying now, open the door. But Nicobobinus hid himself in a shed. That door's not going to last long, thought Nicobobinus to himself, and he dragged a large old stone roller up against it. What did he do? He dragged a large old stone against the door. Open this door at once. Did you hear? The man was shouting, but Nicobobinus didn't hear anything at all. He was too amazed by what he had found. The man is shouting outside that open the door, but Nicobobinus found something and he is amazed. You will have to come out eventually. Eventually mean at the end. The man is saying that at the end you will come out. The man was saying, and the longer you leave it, the worse it will be for you. But he could leave save his breath. Nicobobinus was on his knees examining what he had revealed when he moved the roller. He brushed off the dust and undid the catch and then lifted it up. So he was examining what he discovered there. He brushed off the dust and undid the catch. Right, I am going to break this door down, said the man, and then because he knew he would have to repair the door himself, he added, do you hear? But Nicobobinus didn't hear. Nicobobinus had disappeared through the trap door he had discovered. What did he discover there? He discovered a trap door and was running down stone steps that were slippery with slime and that smelled like graveyards, and that went down and down, deeper into the ground, until it became pitch dark. He discovered a trap door there and he started running down. Rosie said Nicobobinus to himself. This is all your fault. Now Nicobobinus is saying, Rosie, that it is because of you. He heard his heart pounding. Pounding means the sound beat it repeatedly, and his steps echoing along the dank mean wet, moist rock of the narrow passageway, until all at once there was nothing, and before he realized he was falling in the blackness he was. Now mark your today's here. What has happened up to here? Nicobobinus decided to take some apples from a tree that was in the garden. He stood on Rosie's shoulders and tried to take apples, but in doing so, he fell into the garden. The owner of garden tried to catch him, but Nicobobinus doubled himself up and went backward as fast as he could. Rosie got worried about him. Nicobobinus locked himself in a room. The man shouted again and again to open the door, but Nicobobinus dragged a large stone roller up against it. He found a trap door. He stepped into it and he was falling in the darkness. So, this is our today's reading. Mark your today's date here. Students, we have completed reading of chapter number 1 and we have started reading of 2. Your homework task is this: you are going to write short summary of chapter number 1. So this is your homework task. You are going to write summary of chapter number 1, Nicobobinus. Goodbye. Have a nice day.